Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a top five globe fallacies. So these are the top five examples of when people who believe in the globe, they use logical fallacies to back up their claims when it really doesn't prove anything. So at number five is circumnavigation. So a lot of globers believe that circumnavigation is exclusive to a globe, okay? However, if it's flat, then, well, it means that you're just going around, and well, but then the globers will be like, well, if you're just going around, then you'd have to make turns to get around to where you started. Now, not everyone believes it's a circular map. I'm not sure if I really kind of subscribe to that because I haven't actually mapped it out, but but even on a globe, you would still have to make slight adjustments every so often to keep going in that east to west direction or west to east. So yeah, so if you're new to this flat earth stuff, then you need to think, well, it isn't just exclusive to a globe model, and that's why I think it's a logical fallacy to assume that it is. So at number four is time zones and day-night cycle. Now, I think they're kind of the same thing in a way, because it's all to do with, the amount of, like kind of light that's kind of shining on a particular area, and this can be explained due to a local sun. It doesn't necessarily mean that the sun is shining on half of a globe. It could just mean that the sun is a lot closer and is more of a spotlight that's shining on certain areas, and what the time zones can be explained by the sun moving to different parts of the plane. So, and you can find evidence of there being a local sun within our atmosphere and not way out millions of miles away up in outer space. So at number three is pretty similar as well, because it's still about the sun, and it is sunsets. Okay, so sunsets, again, they can be explained on a flat earth, because when we see a sun going down, the reason why we see it set is it's due to the atmosphere. We see a dome of atmosphere around us, and when it gets off to the horizon, depending on the conditions, it can magnify it and appear to actually be doing a kind of parabola, and it appears to kind of be setting below. But what's actually happening is it's the combination of the perspective and the atmospheric conditions that are making it do that. So yeah, you should kind of take that into consideration, because it really doesn't prove anything. Now, there's certain conditions when the sun is really big up in the sky, and then actually shrinks, or appears to shrink as it's going off to set, which kind of shows that it's a lot closer, because it wouldn't appear to at all change in size, just a few thousand miles difference when it's supposed to be 93 million miles away. So at number two is when people say, oh, we've seen pictures of it from space. This is a pretty close one to the number one, but it's almost as ridiculous, because just because you've seen a picture of something, it doesn't mean that it's an accurate representation of it. I mean, so if NASA or any space agency unveiled a picture of the Earth looking like a pink unicorn, would you believe it? I know that the Earth isn't a pink unicorn, and that would be totally ridiculous, but so is the globe, because that hasn't been proven either, and there's lots of proof against that, and you can only verify an image with observable, measurable, testable, and repeatable, the scientific method. Otherwise, it's just speculation. It's just, so you're just assuming that it's a real picture. Now, NASA themselves have admitted that these images aren't actually real photographs, but they are rather photoshopped, because they have to be. That came from Robert Simmons, a NASA employee. So they themselves admit it. They even admit, I think, on their website that their images are composites. Well, they say they'd have to be anyway, because they can't get past a certain height to take a shot of it. Well, I thought there was like satellites that are way up. They should be able to snap a shot if we supposedly went to the moon back in 1969 and then went up another 5 times after that. So people really need to think about these things. So in at number one is, drumroll, it is. The other planets are round, so therefore our planet must be round. This is probably the lamest excuse I've ever had for the Earth being a globe or something. I mean, this is not an excuse. I mean, rather, it's a lamest, kind of proof of a globe. Okay. I mean, just because you see round things in the sky doesn't mean you live on a round sphere shape. So if you see pink unicorns up in the sky, you live on a pink unicorn. That's the logic. Oh, because the moon's shadow is curved, so that means that we live on a curve. We live on a sphere. Well, the thing is, you can't get observable curvature of the Earth we're upon by looking up in the sky. No tests on Earth have actually proved that. So that proves that looking up in the sky for proof is absolutely invalid. Now you can find tons and tons of proof, of long distance shots of objects and things like that, which prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we are not living on a globe, and no test can prove that we're spinning either. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if any of you are new to this, then it would be good if you actually went and did your own research and really kind of investigated into some of these things instead of being ignorant of the flat Earth, because you're coming from a kind of ignorant stance of assuming that these things are exclusive to a globe Earth, when it doesn't matter what shape the Earth is. These things wouldn't. I'm saying that these things wouldn't prove the shape of the Earth that we're upon. It doesn't matter what's going on up in the sky or what the sunsets. It doesn't prove that we're on this spinning ball Earth. So people really need to kind of take that into consideration. So hope you all enjoyed this video. So hopefully I'll be going live again, perhaps either tomorrow on Sunday or Monday if you're seeing this the day I put it out. But till then, I'll talk to you guys soon. And like I say, if any of you new to this, just keep researching. It's going to surprise you what you find, because there really is no proof of a spinning ball. So till next time, have a good time. Peace.